tank destroyer. The Hetzer, 38 cm light tank destroyer, is a German tank destroyer from World War II. In German, it is called Jagdpanzer 38 T. Its official number is SDE KFZ.138/2. The nickname Hetzer, German, Hetzer, meaning hunter, was originally intended for the next-generation light tank destroyers E-10 or E-25, but has somehow come to be associated with this vehicle. There is also a theory that the previously designed Romanian Marisol tank destroyer served as a design reference. Originally, when the Alkit factory in Berlin, which produced the 3 assault gun, was bombed and production came to a halt, the German Army High Command inquired whether the Czech company BMM, which was reorganized from KD, could take over the production of the assault gun, which sparked its development. On December 6, 1943, Adolf Hitler was informed that BMM did not have the equipment or assembly space to lift and move a 24-ton assault gun and could only produce smaller vehicles. Consequently, on December 17 of the same month, he agreed to produce a 13-ton light assault gun, later a small destroyer tank, using components from the newly proposed 38 T-N.8 reconnaissance tank by the company. It is said to be the tank that suited Germany best by the end of World War II. Because the shape of the suspension is very similar, many old materials incorrectly explained that it was derived from the conventional 38 T series, but in fact, it is an improved version of the 38 T tank. The new model 38 T tank, 38 T, was not adopted after losing the competition against the Panzer II. The parts used were derived from this model. The diameter of the road wheels changed, from 775 mm to 825 mm, the number of teeth on the drive wheel increased, from 19 to 20, and there were differences in the shape and diameter of the guide wheel, from 535 mm to 620 mm, the pattern and width of the tracks, from 290 mm to 305 mm, and the size of the chassis, which were not parts used in the conventional 38 T series. Additionally, the leaf spring suspension is of the same type as the 38 T series self-propelled gun chassis, featuring 16 pieces of 7 mm thick plate springs, but due to being somewhat nose-heavy, the front part was changed to 9 mm thick springs from September 1944. This suspension, combined with a newly designed chassis, an angled armored fighting compartment, and a 48 caliber 75 mm anti-tank gun, 7.5 cm Pak 39, defines the Hetzer light tank destroyer. This vehicle was produced at a low cost, 54,000 Reichsmarks, close to half the price of the Panzer IV, with productivity in mind, making it a top priority. As a result, the design was completed in just 4 months. Even before a full-sized wooden model was completed, 1,000 units were ordered on January 18, 1944, and later, a monthly production target of 1,000 units was set. Within less than a year of production, the Hetzer was completed, with over 2,047 units produced at BMM, including recovery tank variants and stalls, and more than 780 units at Skoda. The Hetzer is essentially not a tank but rather a self-propelled anti-tank gun surrounded by thick frontal armor and a minimal amount of side and rear armor. Even so, it attempts to improve its defensive capability by incorporating sloped armor, but this comes at the cost of a very cramped crew compartment. The main gun is mounted off-center, contributing to poor weight distribution, coupled with low engine output and narrow tracks, which results in less off-road mobility than one might expect based on its weight and size. In reality, due to the layout of the interior, the right side of the vehicle is a blind spot, and the view forward from the rear position commander, separated from the other crew members, is poor. This cramped space contributed to a negative reputation among crew members at the time. Because of this blind spot, should individuals attempt to provide attack support, they would quickly be shot down by targets exploiting their weak side. This was even evident in their first battle during the urban combat of the Warsaw Uprising, where they were lost to Molotov cocktail attacks from the Polish Home Army soldiers. The correct tactic for this vehicle was the pack front strategy, where ambush units would cover each other's blind spots and concentrate fire on a single enemy to ensure their destruction, which allowed the Hetzer to perform best in mobile defense. This vehicle was deployed not only to the German Army's direct control tank destroyer battalions, anti-tank hunter companies of infantry and Volksgrenadier divisions, and the Panzer Grenadier divisions of the Waffen-SS, but also 75 units were provided to the Hungarian military. While evaluations of its performance and operation as a light tank destroyer vary, it can be said that it was at least successful as a replacement or successor to the 3 OSV. B. Assault gun. After the war, using the production line originally intended for the German army, although many units were not equipped with the remote-controlled machine gun that was operated directly from within the vehicle due to insufficient stock, 150 additional units were produced under the name STI, and 50 unarmed training models of the ST-3 were made.